Death Watch.
All right, so you'd spent the night, and in the nighttime on watch, you had seen a large group of these things talking to each other out there in that open space, and then they left. But nothing else occurred during your watch, and so now it's, morning time, although it's hard to tell what time it actually is. But your rest is over. You're fully rested now. So what do you do?
Go through the morning routine.
While Graham's brushing his teeth, I'll mention what I had seen during my watch and that they may be heading out to attack the village. So whatever we're going to do, we need to hurry and do it. But that a lot of them have left the castle.
Agreed. I guess for after I prepare my spells in the morning, I'll identify that stone and the wand that Graham found.
How do you know they're going to attack the village, Rohan?
I
think there was a couple things.
What's that, John?
Sorry, I think there was a couple things. There was a...
I know there's a couple things, but I have limited spell slots, and I still need Shield and Obscuring Mist.
Okay.
So you're getting those two that I named.
All right, so you identify those. Let's see. Did anybody put that stone in their inventory?
Mine is the Black Pearl.
It was the Ion Stone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Anybody?
yeah, sorry. It's floating around my head.
Yeah, but did you put it into your official
Yes.
inventory? And so, from the party sheet?
Yes.
So you know what it is then?
Yes.
Okay.
I just
All right,
don't know what it does.
Yeah, so, so that one was the, let's see if I can, all right. Oh, right. That was the clear ion stone, and it is in the shape of a spindle, and it will sustain a person without food or water.
All right, so I'll tell Finrith that, and I'll put that, or I'll give it back to him.
Who do you think that would most benefit Casimir?
That's hard
Maybe
to say.
Graham, since he's always eating everything, eating the best parts of the rations. Although I think he'd probably still do it.
Yeah, the twig bits.
So then Casimir's the best choice, because Rohan can get along in the wild and you can make your own food and water.
Yeah, so do you want to take this stone then, so you have need of food?
Okay.
I'll put it back in the party sheet, maybe.
Yeah, you should just be able to drag and drop it.
All right, and then the wand. What did I say about that wand?
It was found in the kitchen, and it was had a hole drilled through it. I can't remember the actual description of it.
That's right. Yeah, it was like black twisted wood. Okay, so that one is here, I'll put it in the party sheet here.
Yeah, it's not letting me drag and drop it.
By the square.
Yeah, grab the square and drop it. There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And that's a wand of fireball.
Nice. There you go, Graham. I'll tell him how to activate it, but he figures that out on its own, and that it will shoot a fireball.
Yeah, does the identify tell you how many charges it has?
I do not know off the top of my head. Let's see. How to activate those. Yeah, how many charges left, if any.
Okay, so it has 38 charges.
And it doesn't function on artifacts or any artifact.
So, Graham, the Ring of Ram was power up. What's the fireball one going to be?
Fireball. Lightning
Fire
bolt.
burns.
Well,
Okay,
the wands use spell trigger, so I can use it with use magic device, but I think the DC is a 20, so that gives me like a 40% chance of failure if I were to be the one packing it around. So a caster, I suppose Casimir, it might be better to have.
I'll trade you my wand of magic missile for it.
Okay.
I forget how many charges it came with, Brandon. I haven't used it.
The wand of magic missile had a full 50 charges.
All right. So it shoots 2 missiles.
Thank you, Casimir.
Do you want me to go ahead and cast this darkness into your ring now, Graham? Or do you want to
Once we
wait till end of
decide our
day?
course of action, my thought was because you cast it on an object, right? And I could put that like a coin into my pouch, and it wouldn't put the darkness out there until I pulled the coin out. So I was just thinking of another quick method of making it difficult for all these ranged enemies to attack us like they have been, and for me to sneak around and do sneak attacks.
Let me see how long it lasts.
I believe it's 90 minutes with your caster level.
So do you want me to actually cast it into the ring, and that way you can use it as you need to, or do you want me to cast it onto something?
Well, right now the ring is full and all the spells in it are pretty useful.
Okay.
But I think first I need a ruling from Brandon, and then once we decide what we're going to do, I may or may not have you cast it right now. So Brandon, the way we did with that deeper darkness, it seemed like Justin was able, because he was outside of the darkness and he was targeting an enemy on the other side of the darkness, and he wasn't getting the mischance or anything like that. But the way the rules are written and the way you determine concealment is you draw a line from any one of your corners to your enemy, and if it passes through an area with concealment, then that enemy has the concealment.
Yeah, say that first part again. Justin was doing what?
So in the last session,
I was rolling my 20% mischance on every shot.
Oh, were you?
Yeah. I would just roll all three up at the beginning and then see if they would count or not.
Okay, I missed that. I thought at the very end when you were targeting the one that Bloodtooth had me go kill, that you weren't doing the mischance, because both you and the enemy were outside of the darkness.
I thought that we had dispelled it by that point.
No, it wasn't dispelled.
That was the entangle.
Oh, that was the entangle. Okay.
Well, anyway, if I did it wrong, that wasn't my intention. So,
I don't. A lot of when I was looking it up, a lot of tables do it that way under the idea that if you're in a dark hallway firing at somebody in a lit room, that they're not actually concealed from you.
right.
But the counter argument is that concealment is what's between you and the enemy that you can't see. So there could be something hanging down that your arrow would catch on in the dark hallway that you wouldn't see.
Right. Well, my intention is to do it rules as written.
Okay. Either way, it'll still work for me, because from the edge of the darkness, I can sneak attack out of it as long as I'm successfully hiding in there. And on top of that, it'll just give us more defense against a lot of ranged attackers.
Which map are we on?
Castle of Penance outside. Let me, hang on. It looks like there we go. And I also discovered that I have a button where when you take a rest, I can click on it and it will automatically give you back hit points. So you shouldn't need to do that from now on for yourselves.
Nice.
And which I have done now. So looks like Casimir and Fenrith still have a little tiny wounds, but
I should have had 9 left. I manually took mine out, so I put it back.
okay.
I can't remember if I did, but so yeah, it's based on appropriate overnight rest then.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, is that everything?
I believe so.
All right then.
So yeah, good idea there, Graham. On the darkness.
Yeah, I hate getting shot with arrows.
Yeah, that's not the funnest part of my day either.
But, Rohan, you said they went to attack the village? What are we gonna do? We gotta help them.
I think we've helped them enough.
I think the best way to help them in this instance isn't to fight all of those snake people. It would be to complete what we came here for, and maybe in doing so, we'll gain the power to defeat all the snake.
I also agree with Fenrith. I think the best way to help them is to go forward.
But if they left, they'll be slaughtered.
It's possible, Graham, that if we kill their leader, then they will sense that and stop attacking the village.
Also, there's a more likely chance that if we get delayed and they complete that ritual, that world as we know it will end.
Well, I don't know. Master always said, now, Graham, you're not smart enough to see what good you can do out in the future, so you just do the good in front of you, and you'll be all right. I think we gotta help them.
We will help them by completing the mission that we have in front of us. Because we would just do more harm if we went back.
Okay, I sure hope you guys are right.
I'd also like to remind you that they're probably being attacked right now because of the good we already did by killing those 2 giants in the town. If we hadn't done nothing, they probably wouldn't know we came from the village.
Well, if we, it took us about a day to get here from the village, so if we hurry and finish what we need to here, we can try and push ourselves to get to the village as quick as possible. There may still be time.
Also, those things don't seem to like light, so maybe they won't travel full daylight.
Okay.
Are we all on Graham's list?
No, he just looks very concerned, because everything that you guys said doesn't quite make sense to him. He doesn't understand how it, he just is not putting it together.
Yeah. All right, let's get going then. Burning what passes for daylight on this island.
Fenrith, you want to cast darkness on this coin?
All right. I will cast darkness on coin that Graham gives me.
Okay.
Also, there's a couple other things that I had wanted to prepare with spells as well before we set out. Oh, never mind. I think I took it off because I had to wait until I had to prepare other spells. So.
Okay. All right.
Oh, no.
So.
Sorry, it's my domain spell. That's where it went. Magic Vestment is what it's going to be on Graham. Is it's going to give him a +2 to armor to his AC for, I believe it's 9 hours. Let me double check. 9 hours.
Does that bonus stack with my armor?
This is an enhancement bonus, so I'm not sure what your armor is, but it should give you. It should give it. I don't know if it'll stack with your other magic armor. So you can do a suit of armor or a shield with an enchantment or enhancement bonus of +1 per 4 caster levels.
It looks like you only use the highest of the enhancement bonuses.
Yeah.
Right.
Stack.
Yeah. So what is the enhancement bonus on yours by now, Graham?
I am looking that up.
As I thought it was +1, like mine was.
Yeah, I believe mine's +1 as well. So
Yeah.
you get an additional +1.
Yeah, you'd get an additional +1 from it.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's still pretty good.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, it wasn't going to do much, but something at least.
Okay. So, Ron, you're right there at the gate of this, well, the broken gate that you sort of barricaded, but you can still clearly see out into that field there. And so 2 things. The first thing you see is that all the way across this field up against the wall on the other side of that little pond is a massive patch of fungi, mushrooms, that sort of thing growing. So you see that they look different than you've ever seen before. These ones are, the stalk is purple and the heads are a mix of yellow and black. So mushrooms you've never seen before. And as you're looking out at those, you feel something brush against your leg. And you look down and you see a familiar sight, the cat that you left back at Cradle. And he's doing that thing, she's doing that thing that cats do where they brush up against your leg and walk in between them.
I'm going to call over to Casimir and tell him to come take care of his cat.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll kind of kneel down and call Omen over.
Yeah, so she comes trotting over like they'll do sometimes, rubs her head against your hand and whatnot.
Yeah, scratch her ears and then pick her up. Or no, I won't pick her up. I'll scratch her ears. She's good enough at taking care of herself. You can follow.
All right, so what do you do?
Okay, so I'll start taking down the barricade so that we can get out.
Okay.
And then the map is kind of grayed out for most of it, other than where we are, like, immediately. But I seem to remember there was like a large gate to the north end of this kind of open area courtyard.
Yeah, give me a second to fix that. There you go. You should be able to see it now.
Yep.
Yeah, so to the north was a massive gate set into the castle wall.
Yeah, so I'm going to head that direction, trying to stay hidden. I guess I'll be kind of going to it looks like there's some logs or rubble piles just to the north of the stable that we're in.
Yeah, there is a small stack of logs there.
Yeah, first move to that, and then to like a pile of rubble that's to the north of that, and kind of use those as cover as much as I can to work my way around to the gate.
Okay.
Did you want me to roll hide?
Yeah, go ahead and roll in there in the tower. Okay.
And if it looks clear, then I'll kind of call back to the others.
Yeah, go ahead and move your character where you want to go.
Okay, so first there, and I'll kind of step him forward as I move him.
All right. So when you get there, you see, let's see.
I just had a thought. Maybe we'll get lucky and those snake things will go to take out Mama Baga and end up getting crushed in return.
We should try to do what was it? Achilles Light Blinder from MechWarrior. We should have shouted like for Mama Baga.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so as you get to that pile there, you see all the stumps from the trees that they had cut down and this giant pile of rubble that's fallen from way up high on the castle that you can just barely see through the ash and the mist. Everybody do a spot then. Everybody who's out there. Okay. All right, so you move out there and you're being stealthy and you don't see anybody at all. So you don't hear anything either. There just seems to be completely dead out there. And so you just have that giant gate in front of you.
Once I get up kind of close to the gate, I'm going to wait for Graham to get there so he can check it for traps.
Okay. Yeah, Graham, come make your rolls.
All right, here's my search in the tower.
All right. So from your search, you see that it's not trapped. It's also not well constructed. It might have once been, but it doesn't. The two sides don't fit together very well. So you can also tell that it's not locked. Based on its construction, you can tell that it will open inward. You see a bucket hanging on the wall to the right of it, and inside that bucket, you see it's filled with blood, and there's a paintbrush in it. So that's what you see. No traps, unlocked, goes inward. There's the bucket of blood with a paintbrush in it hanging outside.
What do you make of that, Rohan?
I'm not exactly certain. I think that maybe we're supposed to paint the blood on the door.
How do you guys come up with these things?
As you look closer at the blood, you see that it's black, just like the snake creatures.
All right, Rohan, you want me to paint the blood on the door?
Honestly, Graham, I don't know any more than you do. We could try it, or we could just try going through the door.
Let me see if I can get it open first. I'll try to push the door in.
So first thing you notice is that it takes a lot of strength to get it moving, so roll a strength check.
Hey, Graham?
Yeah?
Do you remember how that snake smelled you and then attacked you even though you were invisible?
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Maybe we could use the blood to hide your scent. Or our scent.
How would that happen?
You'd have to cover yourself in the blood.
Elements, no, Rohan.
All right. It was just an idea.
It doesn't help that me and Fenrith have been pranking him on a bunch of stuff over the course of the adventure. Probably thinks you're doing it now, too.
All right, so Graham, you go push on that door, and it doesn't move. It doesn't move inward. I mean, it budges a bit, so you know that it could, but it's not. It's really heavy, and you can also tell, based on your search of it when you were looking for traps, that it's seen much better days, and so there's likely some bent hinges or some rust. The cat has come up next to you and is doing that incessant, nonstop scratching on it that they do when they want you to open a door.
Very familiar with that.
Yeah,
All right,
put
yeah.
your teeth on edge.
I'll move forward and try and help Graham open the door.
Yeah, so it's going to take a strength check. So whoever wants to aid or whatever, there's plenty of room for everybody.
Here, Rohan, you're stronger than me. I'll give you a hand.
All right, so we're aiding Rohan.
I think
Yeah.
if we're all doing it, we should all aid Casimir.
Let's say we're aiding Rohan, though, but you can all secretly aid me. Oh, I rolled low. Got a 13. And looks like everyone aided.
Yeah.
So 19?
So altogether at 26.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
that does it.
Okay.
Yeah, so you all work together and you push this open, and it does this ear-shattering creak from the rusty hinges, but it does push open. And let me pull that map up for you.
Hey, Graham, that's exactly like what I would have imagined the original door in here would have sounded like had we pushed it open without checking.
Me too.
Nice.
Why didn't you guys use some of that blood to lube the hinges?
I'm not that mechanically inclined, I guess.
Hey, Graham, you should cover yourself in this so the snake people don't smell you.
I don't want to do that.
Shouldn't every good rogue be carrying around a bunch of oil?
Yeah.
I do have some oil.
I thought you were going to say
You oil the hinges.
I thought it was only for burning things.
That's the right way to think, Rohan. Or Graham.
Talking to yourself, Rohan.
Is your weapon talking to you now?
No, I don't need a blood tooth. I talk to myself.
Yeah, happens with age, I hear.
Yeah, once you pass 25, it's all downhill.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Rohan's been abducted. Quick, scatter.
I just crossed the loading barrier.
Pull out the darkness coin.
Oh no, they got Graham. Ah!
All right, so here's what you see. All right, so the gate opens inward, takes much more strength than you anticipated, and as you do, light spills in to illuminate a wedge. Well, it illuminates what you see on the map there, and you know for sure that with the light from outside, it should be illuminating more, but for some reason it's not.
Give me just a sec, still loading it up.
So I guess as we go in, I'll activate my bow to start producing light.
All right, so you, is everybody in?
Yep.
I am.
Okay, so you see a giant pile of rubble. This is, flagstone floor, and this is what you see so far from where you're at. So it's like there's a wall of darkness pushing against the light.
Is this like pitch black? Can we see anything in that darkness?
No, you can't see anything.
Could I use detect magic to see if it's a magical darkness?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Can I focus on it to get the aura power of the darkness?
Yeah. So, you detect the presence of it. You detect. See, it goes out in a cone, right?
Yes, 60-foot cone.
So you just detect one aura, and so as you continue, you see that the location is right here on this. There's this rock that you see on the ground. You see that?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the location, and it is faint.
Okay. I'll announce that it's like the darkness that I put on that coin for you, Graham.
It's a little bit different, but close enough. Yeah.
If you guys would like, I can try and dispel it.
I would like.
Do we want to save that ability for something else, or is this a big enough problem for us?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's a bit different than mine. It seems to be a bit stronger than the one that I cast, which could just be a different version of it. But I don't know how far it goes.
Well, yeah, I think it would seriously impede our ability to move in there. But since it seems to be blocking our line of sight, actually.
Yeah. So it is different in the sense that The other ones you could still see a little bit, shadowy illumination. This one, it's like a black wall of oil, and you can tell at the edges of your light that it's constantly trying to push your light away, which is a pretty odd thing to see.
Can
We'll go
you
ahead
even
and
target it?
spell it.
Yeah, he knows where it's emanating from.
And then Brandon, as Fenrith is taking care of that, I'm going to cast resist energy on myself, resisting acid damage.
Oh, okay. And let's see.
So that negates the first 10 points. It lasts an hour and a half at my current caster level.
It negates the first 10 points per round, or just total? Each time the creature is subject to such damage, it's reduced by 10. Spell protects equipment. And so that just lasts 10 minutes a level?
Yeah.
So an hour and a half, the first 10 points of acid
is negated. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Before Fenrith dispels it, I was wondering if I could do a spellcraft check. 20 plus a spell level says I can identify a spell that's already in place and in effect. You must be able to see or detect the effects of the spell, which in this case is blocking my vision currently. Requires no action, no retry.
What are you, a spell what?
I'm trying to determine what this spell is,
right,
because I can identify it. It's already in place, and I can see its effect.
What's the spell you said you're casting? I forgot.
It's not a spell, it's spellcraft.
Oh, I got you. Okay. All right, hang on, give me a second.
All right.
Good roll.
Thank you.
All right, so you can identify spells and magic effects. So spellcraft DC, and you rolled it. Okay. Right. So I'm trying to figure out how to you detect and you can recognize, you can identify a darkness spell.
Yeah. Well, I figure the spellcraft probably works as this is like learning of actual spells as well. That's how I'm identifying it, right? Whereas knowledge arcana would be more of the theories and of magic, right?
Yeah, that makes sense. So what you got here then is a darkness spell, and as with your spellcraft examining this, you can see how it differs from a general darkness spell, which makes it behave in this way.
Yeah.
So essentially, it's just a deeper darkness, but it's been modified a bit, and you can see how it has been modified.
Modified deeper.
I think let's do your Arcana. Roll Arcana as well.
Well, that's the thing. I don't have it, so I'd just be rolling intelligence. I haven't put any ranks into the actual
What
Arcana.
knowledges do you have?
None currently.
All right. Let me look at something real quick.
Casimir's less on the theory and more on the practice.
Well, I can say that what I've said then so far, and also that it's unquestionably an evil mark on that spell. Beyond just a bad person casting it.
Yeah.
Like an actual evil influence on it. So, but essentially, it's a deeper darkness spell.
Yeah, so I'll say that to the party. It appears to be a modified deeper darkness spell, but whatever they did to it, it made it evil.
Okay. Yeah, so that's what you see so far. That's what you know.
All right.
Well, if we had 24 hours, I could probably make it more of a good aligned holy site, but I don't think we have the time for that.
Were you going to dispel it?
Yeah, I just want to try and dispel that.
All right. Are you using dispel magic or greater?
Yes. Well, I don't have greater, I don't think.
Okay. Yeah, that's a 6th level. All right.
Yeah. So this would just be a normal dispel magic.
All right. So
I do have knowledge arcana, though.
Right, but you're not looking at it the same way he is. So go ahead and cast your spell, and you're doing a targeted dispel. So 1d20 plus your caster level.
Yes.
Okay.
Did that go through for anybody? Because I rolled it twice.
No.
17 and an 18 now.
I'm not seeing it. There we go.
And a 1 and a 10.
You got a 19. All right, that does it. So poof, that spell's gone. And just like that, your light and light from outside spills further into the room. and it illuminates pretty much all of it. So let me open that up for you. All right. So besides what's hidden by the doors themselves, you can see most of the room. So what you notice right away is that there are arrow slits all along both walls, and there's a lot of rubble on the floor. So when you look up to the ceiling, you can see that outside was a worked wall, but they must have attached it to just bare stone because the ceiling in here is unworked stone, and a lot of it's fallen down. So you can tell by looking at some of the rubble that at one point they had some working on the ceiling, but most of it's fallen down onto the ground now. There's a big signpost up ahead in the center, and then there's a large steel door at the end of this wedge-shaped room.
I want to try and examine one of those arrow slots if I can, Brandon. That's what that spot was for. See if I can determine if there's anything moving behind it.
Okay, so so as the light spills into the room, a large pile of rubble lay on the floor on the left side, and a large signpost juts from the flagstone floor near the door at the other end. The walls to the left and right are broken by arrow slits, and thick dust covers the floor and surfaces, save a path directly through the center from the gate to the door. So you wanted to look at a arrow slit?
Yeah, just kind of scan one.
Right. Move yourself over to wherever you want to look. From here, you can't see any detail except for that it's an arrow slit.
Oh, okay. Never mind. As if that path, if the middle part is clear of dust, then I'm going to take that as a sign not to walk off of that path.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right. So that's the room you see in front of you. What do you do?
I want to check the corners first. Beep up to one of these doors and look around.
I'll Fenrith, go with him while your magic detect magic is active, just in case.
All right. Also, tell Graham to get that coin ready, and I want to cast Entropic Shield on Graham.
I got it ready, Fenrith. So what I'm doing is just creeping to the edge of the door and getting covered at that edge and just peeking around. I'm not physically traveling to the corner.
Okay.
And I'm going to be scanning the rubble pile with my bow drawn, looking for any snake that pops its head out of the rubble.
Okay.
Play whack-a-mole.
For 9 minutes, Graham, you have a 20% mischance against ranged attacks.
Thank you.
And I'll just say that only pull that coin out if I tell you to while we're searching or while we're looking around this thing.
I guess I'll ready my wand of fireball in my offhand, just in case stuff starts going down.
Okay. So, all right, Graham. So you go peek around that corner, and you see nothing of note.
Okay, I'll do the same thing on the opposite door.
All right, so over here you see some rubble, but nothing that looks threatening, just a pile of rubble.
Oh, well, the corners look clear. What if we proceed ahead under darkness?
Well, I would say let's try to walk out, and then if we start getting fired upon, darkness. That might make it a little bit quicker to get across.
Okay, Fenrith.
All right, so you're going to move out?
Yeah, cautiously. I'll have Bloodtooth ready, and my free hand hovering at the pouch opening at my belt.
Okay.
I'll go up to about there, and you said that was a sign?
Yeah, it's a signpost.
Yeah, I'll just be examining that.
All right, so hang on. So you get to here, and then you hear a sound, a shuffle, a scrape, and a creature comes wandering out, shambling out to confront you. So, so a figure shambles out from behind the rubble pile. Stands about 8 feet tall. and is humanoid in form. You see as you look more closely that it is comprised of a multitude of rotting body parts sewn together and in some cases strapped on with metal bands. Its arms are each comprised of multiple arms twisted together, and flaps of flesh and muscle hang from it in areas where the stitching was not done with great care. It smells of rotting flesh. Its head sits atop its shoulders on a neck that appears to have been made from some knees. Its eyes are large masses of eyeballs smashed together and formed to shape like a child would make a mud ball. Those eyes focus on you, and a hoarse, hollow roar issues from the general area where the mouth should be, and it moves to attack. Roll initiative. Everybody.
Really? What if me and Rohan just want to sit back?
You gotta only sit back on your turn.
Okay.
Okay, so Casimir, you have the initiative.
I will attempt to cast shield on myself. So there's spell fail. I make it. And there goes shield. And then I will begin to move. I'll move to there. And that is my turn. No, I guess I can't advance the tracker.
It won't let you? Oh, right. Go ahead.
Right.
Okay, Fenrith, your move.
Can I do a knowledge arcana to see if I can call anything about flesh or about this type of creature?
Yes. Okay, so who's attacking? Okay. All right. So yeah, you have heard stories about these sorts of things. They were obviously a myth like every other story you were told. But this is a magical creation called a golem. And there's many different ways to build them, but this one is composed of the flesh of dead creatures, usually humanoid creatures. So you know that they're the definition of single-minded. They can only carry out their instructions to the best of their understanding of that instruction. They can't be reasoned with or bargained with or pleaded with. And you also know that they're immune to most magic. And with that roll, you also know that this particular type is actually repaired by lightning.
Okay, so I will free action, just state, don't hit it with your electric arrows or your electricity, Rohan, which I think is almost all your arrows unless you have different ones loaded up.
Yeah, I think that's just an effect of my bow.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
well, I'll say that electricity is going to heal this. And then,
I'll say, okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'll say, okay, then you guys are going to have to take this out. I'll keep an eye on things coming from behind.
Watch those arrow slits. All right, and then I will use divine power from my domain spells.
Okay.
And that'll be my turn.
All right, Graham, now it's your move. So Bloodtooth is spitting mad. He hates these things, and it's because, there's no place to attack these things. So he's not as effective as he could be.
Right. Even so, I'll click on my haste boots, assume a defensive posture, and I'm going to tumble around behind him to get flanking set up. I'm going to move to here, and here's my tumble check, 29, and that is it for my turn.
Okay, give me a second. All right.
Sorry about that, Brennan. I went one too far. I'm actually at his corner.
Did you declare your dodge?
Thanks, Casimir. And I'll declare my dodge.
Okay, so when you get there, Graham, you see another one standing there, and it's not doing anything. It's just standing straight up, perfectly still. Its eyes staring in this direction there. So,
did you need a tumble check for that one?
Nope.
Okay.
And is that your turn?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So Casimir, this thing just lumbers forward and takes a giant swing at you.
All right.
Throwing a haymaker. So you can see as it does, it's not really throwing a punch as much as it's just swinging its arm towards you. But it is a large creature, so it's got a big arm. So it just whoosh right over your head. Rohan.
All right, so I'll move up to next to Fenrith. I'll be scanning the arrow slits as well as keeping an eye out from the way that we came in. I'm going to ready an attack action should anything that I don't know is immune to lightning pops in.
What? Say that again?
He's going to attack anything that isn't the golem.
I got you. All right.
And I guess us as well. He doesn't want to attack.
There's no guarantee in that.
Okay. So that's Casimir then.
I will 5 foot and full attack.
All right.
Working. This grid's kind of wonky looking. I guess there.
Yeah. It's a grid made up of smaller grid shaped.
Okay.
So
all right.
Actually right here.
Okay. So full attack. I will minus. Still got it. I will minus 4 from my attack. Come on. Go. Let's go. -4, and I'll add it to my defense for the round.
Okay.
So critical miss on one and a 16 on the other.
And that's a miss as well.
Okay. That is my turn.
All right, Fenrith. Your move.
All right, so I'm going to cast Righteous Might on myself as well. So I go from 5 feet 1 inch to 10 feet 2 inches tall, and I now weigh 744 pounds.
All right, so you go up to a large creature.
Yes. I get a +8 to my size bonus to my strength, +4 to my constitution, +4 to my natural or to my armor, and gain damage reduction 5 evil.
All right, so let me see if I can figure something out real quick.
That's a big cleric.
Big elf, too.
I can't. So
What are you trying to figure out? There it goes.
So I'll be under my breath whispering the prayer for that. So Rohan would probably hear it, and then all of a sudden Fenrith becomes a monster.
Does that trigger Rohan's ready action?
Yes, it could.
Well, I think it triggers a reflex action, or else he becomes absorbed by the ever-enlarging Fenrith.
That's horrifying.
We're about to be in the end scene from Akira.
Well, what's even creepier to me is that that was a standard action to do that. So was that like maybe a couple of seconds because it's a 6-second action or 3-second rounds?
6
seconds.
Yeah, so it's 3 seconds to do that.
all right, yeah. So you'll have a.
So is that a
reach of
5
10
foot to get to where I could hit that guy?
No.
You have only 10-foot reach. So, let's see, you need to be about...
So what would that type of move? Did I even
It'd be
move?
a move. You'd still have to do a move action.
Okay. So
If you have him targeted and then you mouse over yourself, it should tell you.
Yeah.
So there you go.
there's feet.
Yeah.
How far did I actually end up moving, though, is the only thing I don't understand,
Well,
I guess.
that was you moved 10 feet, right? So if you mouse over yourself and it should give you a shaded space.
Yeah.
Well, it's not working. It's not working properly for you. That's what I was looking, as if there was a way I could turn you large, but there isn't. So your reach is 10 feet. So if you see the distance between you and him, then you can just extrapolate. It still costs you 5 feet to move 5 feet. It's just that you reach out further than somebody else. So you moved about 10 feet there.
Okay. Then I'll draw my sword as part of that action.
Okay. Graham, your turn.
All right, so I'll tumble up to establish flanking and attack him. Here's my tumble check. Got a 23. And I'll slash out with my dagger. Rolled a 28.
That's a hit.
And how does the acid component of that still seem to have an effect on the golem? Looks like it was partially resisted.
Yeah, give me a second here.
For this one, we may need to break our damage out separately between elemental and non-elemental.
So what does it say? You did 7 damage.
One of it was from the dagger, 5 from the acid, and then 1 from the enhancement bonus on the dagger.
All right. So, yeah. So the acid still works, but this thing has damage reduction. So that's why it only did 2 damage.
Gotcha.
But you can still see the acid sort of burning up the flesh a little bit.
That's it for me.
All right. It will full attack you, Casimir.
All right.
So one of them hit for 14 damage. And that brings us to you, Rohan.
So have I seen any kind of movement anywhere other than just the golem?
No, you haven't.
I think to clarify, Rohan, it's just the lightning that's going to heal this guy. So you might be able to do more damage with your hitting him than you might heal.
Not with his damage reduction. So I'm going to say forget this and put my bow away and draw the heavy mace that I have.
Skull Smasher.
Yep. The Skull Smasher from the Dwarven Ruins.
Right, hang on one second. I'm trying to look something up. Give me 1 second. I think. All right, never mind. Yeah, so you're gonna pull your mace and move into attack.
Well, I'm gonna actually put my bow away.
Okay.
And then I'll draw the mace as I move forward. But I'm not gonna have a chance to attack this round.
All right. Okay. And that brings us back to you, Casimir.
All right, same as last time. I'm going to -4. Add it to my defense and full attack.
Don't forget your flanking.
Oh, I guess there's +2 to that. So the 16 is an 18.
That's a hit.
All right, so 5 physical, 2 earth. I guess that's actually 8 physical, 2 earth. And that's my turn.
I wonder if you guys think you can activate or deactivate the magical effects on magic weapons.
Well, for a normal flaming, or say like the energy type ones from the DM's guide, you activate them with a command word and deactivate them with a command word.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing here. That usually character benefits from a magic weapon in the same way a character benefits from a mundane weapon by attacking with it. If a weapon has a special ability that the user needs to activate, then the user usually needs to utter a command word, which is a standard action.
Yeah, if you look at around page, I was just reading it this morning. It's in the 230s where it lists the weapon special ability types. Like if you look at flaming or cold or whatever, they all say they can be activated and deactivated.
Yeah, that answers my question then. So you can attack with your bow without the lightning, Rohan.
Okay, that's about the same damage as the mace then.
You probably have a better hit chance though, right?
Oh yeah.
But
bow it up.
Going forward now, you're going to need to spend a standard action to activate those on your weapons.
All right.
Can we activate them when we start, like, adventuring? Like when we go into a dungeon or something like that and keep them activated? Or do we have to activate it at the beginning of every combat?
Yeah, I don't think there's like a rule for that. We'll just, if you want to activate it in the morning, that's fine.
It's a free action to activate or deactivate.
Okay.
I'm seeing standard action.
You could be right. You could be right. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, go ahead, Ron. What do you do? Or sorry, never mind. It's Fenrith. Fenrith, what do you do?
All right. So would I still get the flanking bonus if I was right here?
Yeah, you do.
Okay. Then I will activate my haste boots, and I will full attack.
Okay. All right. All hit. Roll damage. All right. So your weapon has fire.
Yes.
Okay. So in this case, all right. So you can see, aside from a little burning, that fire has a different effect on it as well. Seems to make it move slower.
Can I get to here too? I guess 5 foot.
Yeah.
All right, and that'll be where I end.
Okay. So for the effects here.
Graham is slow.
Yeah, hang on.
He's a golem.
Kill him.
Graham, it is your turn.
Okay, I want to unleash a full attack on this golem, but I'm going to attack defensively.
Okay.
Here's the first 2.
All right. Both miss.
And my haste or weapon of speed attack.
Oh, man.
And that's my turn.
These are all rolling pretty low today.
Yeah.
Gotta shake up that random number generator.
Okay, go ahead and pass it on, Graham. So you're it's too big to really miss, so you're just stabbing into it, but it's not having much effect. And so you can just tell, Casimir, with this thing up in your face, that it's moving really slow now, all of a sudden. But it still takes a swing at you, but it misses. It's easy to duck, and that brings us to Rohan.
All right. So his memories of the past on how to use my bow flood my head. I'll drop my mace, bring out my bow, and deactivate the lightning, and that will be my turn.
Okay, Casimir, your turn.
All right. -4, full attack. +2 for flanking as well. All right. So looks like 21, 27 there. Damage.
Okay, both hits.
7 physical, 1 earth, and 5 physical and 2 earth.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
All right. Fenrith.
I'll go ahead and do another full attack.
All right. So
Looks like
all
2 normal and 1 critical.
yeah,
These
you
are
can't
probably
critical.
Okay.
So just roll normal damage.
It automatically rolled the critical.
All right. So
Do you just want to take that? I'll just roll one
just,
more.
No, I'll fix it. What
Okay.
what is the multiplier of
It's
your
a
weapon?
×2.
Okay, I'll just cut it in half then. Was that all your attacks together?
No, that was just one attack.
All right. So you did 26. Okay. All right. Now do the damage for your other attack. Okay. Yeah, so you start slashing into him really good, and giant gobs of flesh are falling to the floor. Anything else?
If I can, I'll do that 5 foot that I just did.
Yeah.
If there's space. Okay, and that'll be it.
Okay, Graham.
All right, same thing as last time. We'll see if we have some better luck. Here's the first 2 attacks.
All right. So 1 hit.
All right, let me get that speed attack on there.
That one also hit.
There's the first hit and the second one.
Okay. Yeah, so this time you feel like you definitely did more damage.
Okay, that's it for me.
All right. All right, so this one will attack you yet again, Casimir.
All right.
And misses again. And that brings us to Rohan.
Okay, so I will use this thing as target practice.
2 hit, 1 automatic miss. Okay. All right,
So no damage.
right, yeah, both of these arrows just sort of thunk in and then fall off onto the floor.
And that's my turn.
Okay, Casimir.
All right. Same as last time. -4, full attack. Ooh, critical miss and a hit.
Yeah, 1 hit.
All right. So was that 11 physical, 5 earth?
Yeah,
That's my
so
turn.
yeah, that's it. You stab him, and there's no indication that it's any more worse place to stab him than another, but it just suddenly stops moving. You see this spark of light disappear from its eyes, and it sort of slumps over, but doesn't fall.
Yeah, so I'll kind of retch my trident free, and I'll think it's dead again. or broken, and that's my turn.
Okay. All right. So Fenrith, you see that this thing is dead. Whatever magic animated it has been destroyed, and now it simply stands there, not moving.
Do I see this other one in the corner?
You do.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and advance on it.
Okay.
So that'll be a 5 foot, and then I'll attack, full attack.
Okay.
So it's going to add the critical again.
Well, just go into your character sheet and don't roll your macro. You should be able to find, well, whatever, just roll it.
I can just count it as 1 if you want. There's 2 hits. Just
no, because it'll mess with total damage reduction. Just go ahead and roll it. I'll fix it. All right. So, so you got a hit, and a hit. 25 damage there. So half of that. Okay, go ahead and roll your other attacks or your other damage. Okay. All right, yeah, so you go slashing into this thing, but it's still not moving. Graham, your turn.
Well, I guess I'll go help Fenrith. I'll tumble up to be safe.
Okay.
To here. Tumble roll is 22, and I'll slash at it one time. I'll attack defensively and slash at it.
Okay. Well, that's a hit.
All
right, so you slash at it, but you don't feel like anything happened.
Okay, that's it for me.
All right, so this thing starts to move then. I mean, it doesn't move from its space, but like it wakes up, and then will attack you, Graham, and will hit you for 11 damage. Rohan, your turn.
So can I see this thing from where I'm at?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I will fire 3 arrows at it.
Okay. All right, so all of your arrows hit, and only one of them seems to do any damage.
Okay.
The rest just sort of fall off harmlessly.
All right. Yep, that's my turn.
Okay. Casimir.
All right. Attack opportunity. I'm going to jog up to him and attack him.
All right. So it does not take an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
It seems not to notice you.
All right. Come on. -4 from the attack. Miss. That's my turn.
Hang on a second.
Do I get attacked by a snake from the ceiling?
Never mind. Yeah, okay. So, Fenrith, your turn.
All right, I'll go and do another full attack on it. Where the heck were these rolls the other day, man? It's 3 criticals in a row.
I'd like to know why this thing is too stupid to understand that you can't critical, though. This is really tiresome.
Might be able to mess with our criticals, I guess. Remove.
That's the sword, and I'll get you the flame, and that's the flame.
We could make our critical like 200. Something we could never roll.
Oh, no. Yeah, I think there's a way I can fix it. I'll just have to screw with it later.
Okay.
So that's for attack 2. Did that D6 come through?
Yeah, it did. Okay, do the next attack.
I'm not seeing any of those D6s that I just did on attack 2 or 3.
That one hasn't come through yet, yeah.
Wait a second.
Okay. It's a 4 if it comes through.
Well, it's not for some reason.
All right, I'll roll it again. This time it's a 5.
Okay. That's still not coming through, so whatever. I'll just fix it. Anyway, pass it along then. It'll be Graham, your turn, unless you're going to do anything else, Fenrith.
I don't think there's enough space for me to 5 foot up, right?
Yeah, well, no.
All right, that'll be it then.
If you absorb Casimir, there is.
Please don't do that.
I don't know if the gods would appreciate that.
Yeah, okay, Graham, your turn.
So I'll attack defensively, take one strike at him, and then I'm going to tumble away to safety after the attack.
Okay.
Looks like I missed. Here is my tumble. 18.
Okay.
And I'll go to there. And that's my turn.
All right. So that one will simply swing at you, Casimir.
All right.
But he misses. And that brings us to Rohan.
I'm going to see that my arrows just really aren't doing anything. So I'm going to shoulder my bow and pick up the mace at my feet. And that'll be my turn.
Okay. Casimir.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So -4 to my attack, and I full attack with the trident.
All right.
Critical. All right. So how do I do that? Do I just can I drag the dice onto the token from the?
No, just do it normally, and I'll do the math.
Okay. So was it 2 hits or just 1? 1.
Yeah, it should automatically roll the damage.
So
yes.
10.
That was the most disappointed I've ever heard anyone be at getting a critical.
So,
well, it's more trouble than it's worth right now.
So it is 10.
And I think my elements are going off wrong on that.
Damage reduction. All right. Now did you just do a single attack?
I full attack, but I think I had a miss in there, didn't I?
Miss, automatic hit, critical. So it's just 2 attacks then? Okay.
Yeah, I guess did they all hit? No, there's a miss in there. Yeah.
There's a miss in there, yeah.
Does a critical double the element going off as well?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I'm thinking my element's wrong on there. I don't know how to do it otherwise either.
You can change it in the action. You just will have to put it on a separate line.
Okay.
Because you can change the critical modifier to the damage dice.
Okay, I see what's happening. All right, I'll get to work on that. That's my turn.
All right. Fenrith, your turn.
Do the full attack there. I changed my critical modifier to a ×0. So.
All right, 3 hits. All right, so yeah, with massive swings of your sword, you slice into him, pop his head right off its shoulders, or what passes for such, and it falls to the floor with a loud crash, a sickening, wet thump as it slams into the stone floor, leaving you alone in the room once again.
Deactivate haste boots, and within 3 rounds, I'll shrink back down to normal size. Until then, I'm going to charge Rohan. Just
eat him.
Big Fenrith gets hungry.
All right, let's keep moving.
Right, so you just see this. Hang on 1 second. Yeah, that large stone door. Sorry, I said steel earlier, but it's stone up ahead. The signpost here might have once said something, but it doesn't anymore.
Do you guys want me to run and bash against that door while I'm still big and strong? I'm just kidding. I would let Graham find traps first.
So was there anything written on the signpost?
Yeah, at one time there might have been, but it's so faded you can't see
Sorry about that.
I do want to take my mace, and since I kind of see these things as just the big undead that we fought before, I'm going to try and cave in the skull of the first one that came at us.
Okay. Yeah, so there actually isn't a skull. So when you smash it with your mace, it's just more flesh that squishes against the floor.
Okay. Just want to make sure it's really, really dead this time.
Okay, I'll start creeping up ahead. I'll go to about here.
Do you want me to heal you real quick, Graham?
Go for it.
Sorry, I didn't have that targeted on you, but you get 9 from that one.
Thank you. Yeah, so I'll give the door a good long look.
Okay. All right, so the door. All right, you find no traps. Did you do a search for traps?
No, but now I know the answer. I'll roll one for you in the tower.
You said you were giving it a good long look.
Yeah, I'm also seeing if it's locked or anything.
All right. Yeah, it is not locked and not trapped.
It looks open up here. It's not locked or trapped.
Oh yeah, and I'll once again have my bow out after I finish squishing the head and reactivate the lightning on it.
Okay. All right.
Does it push open easily, or do we all need to get behind this one again?
Yeah, might as well force it open if need be while Fenrir's still big.
No, this one opens nice and easy and quietly. So let me show you what you see. So Fenrith, you won't fit in. Well, wait, you said 3 rounds?
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you're shrunk back down by now. So Graham, you went first. So here's what you see. As you open it up, you all see a stairwell leading up to a simple, although pretty wide, wooden door. So you see this. Rohan, Casimir, and Fenrith. So stairwell leading up to a door.
Okay, I'll creep up the stairwell, move silently.
Okay. Roll your move silently.
Any auras on the door, Finrith?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Any auras on the door?
Were there any auras? I still have detect magic going for, looks like a total of 9 minutes from when I had cast it before in the last room.
I don't think we're going to say you still have it. That's a concentration thing, right? Did you?
Let me take a look. Nope, it is. Sorry about that.
Yeah, sorry.
All right. So you do your move silently. Okay, you're up to the door, Graham.
Okay, I'll search that one over.
All right. You don't detect any traps.
I do have another one prepared if you do want to use it.
It is locked.
Give me just a second to get this one open. I'll fish out my thieves' tools and try to pick the lock on that door.
Okay. All right. You open the door. Or, I mean, you pick the lock.
All right, you guys ready?
As I'll ever be.
I'll open the door a crack and give a listen.
Okay. All right. So you open the door a crack and give a listen. Roll your listen.
Sorry, double-clicked.
Okay. You don't hear anything.
Yeah, I'll push the door fully open, take a cautious step into the room.
All right. So here's what you see. So you step forward, and this is what you see, and then suddenly a bell tolls, seeming to come from all directions at once, shattering the silence. And then right at your feet, lightning strikes towards you. So roll a reflex save, and the rest of you will also need to roll reflex saves.
Do I get my trap sense bonus to this one?
It is a trap.
Okay.
All right, so Fenrith failed, Rohan succeeded, Casimir failed, and Graham succeeded. So Graham, you would take no damage, right? Do you have evasion?
Yes.
So you take no damage. Rohan, do you have evasion?
I'm checking on that. I think I got it this level, though.
Graham was going to let me borrow his evasion once he's done with the lightning.
Yeah, I got evasion this level.
Okay. All right, Fenrith, you will take 16 points of lightning damage, which brings you up to 20. And Casimir, you take 24 points of lightning damage. So, 24. This should put you to 40. So this lightning shoots up and washes over Graham, but then it arcs off of him and goes to the rest of you. Graham and Rohan, they managed to dodge it, but it does hit Casimir and Fenrith pretty hard. And then there was that loud bell tolling, but that goes on for about 6 seconds, and then it stops. And then Graham, you find yourself in a very well-appointed foyer of sorts. Stairs to the left lead to a balcony that wraps around half of the wall opposite the door. And over the banister, you can see 2 closed doors up there. There's a thick red carpet lay on the floor in front of you. Underneath the balcony are bookshelves filled with well-bound books that show no signs of age or dust. 2 large cages hang from underneath the balcony, though they are not occupied. A small section of light rubble, mostly plaster, is the only thing in the room that seems out of place. There's a large fireplace on the right-hand wall, and on either side of that is an archway that leads to a large room, and you can see through that archway about this, the beginning of a table in that room. So in here, it's wood floors. In that room with the table, it's marble.
Okay, I was curious if I am able to piece together what precisely I might have done to trigger that trap.
You just stepped into the area trigger.
Okay. Well, I'll be like,
That's a proximity.
This is a nice room. Oh, are you guys okay?
Their hair's all standing on top.
I'm perfectly fine, Graham.
Their faces are blackened.
I'll start working on Casimir as my armor finishes melding to my flesh.
Yeah.
Let's move into the room first.
Yeah, come on up.
Just in
It looks
case we
clear.
get hit by another one.
Yeah, it looks clear.
Looks clear now.
Yeah. So you see that there were two small statues on either side that have, been chipped and broken away. But yeah, that's the room you see. All right. So Fenrith's healing magic sweeps through Casimir. Before you know it, you feel right as rain.
Thank you, Fenrith.
Welcome. So that was a third and a second level, Brandon.
Okay.
I'll mark those off before I do mine.
All right.
Yeah, I'll just wander over to the fireplace as a point of interest until the rest of the group decides to move on elsewhere.
All right. So over at the fireplace, one thing you notice is there's no dust on anything here, but that fireplace has clearly not been used in a really long time.
Well, what do you think, guys? I mean, they keep it pretty clean except for that plaster over there, and it doesn't look like they use the fireplace.
Should we do a kind of a quick general search of this room before?
Yes. Fenrith,
Yeah.
detect magic. Make sure there's no more traps.
So you're gonna cast? You're gonna cast detect magic.
Yes.
All right. Okay. So, what do you do? Where are you gonna focus it?
So first I'll do kind of more of like a spinning turnaround, right? Because just with the first round I can detect the presence or absence.
Okay.
So I'll go about here. Let me make sure that's right.
All right. So,
Yeah, so that puts everywhere within about a 40-foot range of me.
all right. So you detect auras. Yeah, you detect the presence of magical auras. Then you detect the number, and that is 6. All of them coming from those bookshelves underneath the balcony.
Over here?
Well, those are bookshelves, but also over by those cages. So
These?
there's 4 there and 2 where you just were.
Okay, so I'll focus on the ones here first.
Yeah, so I mean, as you walk up there, and you can see that the bookshelves are full of books and parchments and things like that. So you can immediately pick out there's a little section with rolled scrolls on them, and there's about where you're at there's about 15 scrolls, and 4 of them have a magical aura coming from them.
Is that after he's looked around the whole room, is that the only auras he saw, or has he not had time to do that?
That's all he's seen.
Yeah, I'll... did you search the entire room, Fenrith? Or he's like, no, that's all he's seen looking through the entire room?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Okay. What'd you find, Fenrith? I'll change my tone then.
I'll say that there's scrolls over here, and moving over here, I'll focus as well.
Yeah, so there's 2 over there.
All right.
Okay, so yeah, I'll say there's 4 scrolls over here in this pile, and then there's a couple here, and I'll ask Graham to just make sure that there's not any other traps before we try and reach out for him.
Okay.
I'm not quite trusting Graham's trap finding right now.
Casimir,
Have some faith in the poor guy.
how am I supposed to know that there was going to be a proximity-triggered magical trap on the other side of that door?
We've already encountered several proximity-triggered magical traps in this area.
I'm wounded.
I do want to maintain this for the 9 minutes, though, Brandon, or at least until I say that I'm going to stop concentrating. So if you want me to do some concentration rolls, let me know.
No, you don't got to. It's just that if you get hit or some other
Cast
stuff,
other spells.
yeah, if he casts another spell, it drops immediately. But if he gets hit, he has to make a concentration roll. If there's he's riding a horse and it's running type stuff.
Yeah, I just said he didn't have it because he had cast a bunch of spells. So.
Yeah, which it would drop immediately then.
All right, Graham, You do your trap search?
Yeah, I put it in the tower for you.
All right. So looking at those scrolls there that he had pointed out to you, you find there is a trap there. It's a poison needle trap.
Good thing you had me check, Fenris. There is a trap here, and I found it without any difficulty. Casimir.
My faith in your trap finding has never waned, Graham.
Hey, Ron, what are you doing?
He's setting off all the other traps.
Yeah. No, I'm going up on that balcony and just walking around to the end and then coming back to see if there's anything up there.
It's like herding a bunch of cats.
All right. So when you're right here, let's see. Yeah, there's a trap there.
Good job, Rohan.
You're welcome, Graham.
That's a really bad trap, dude. You shouldn't have gone wandering around by yourself. Stay there. Graham, so this is designed to prick you with the needle if you grab the scroll. It's easy to disarm, but you do gotta
disable device.
Yeah, you gotta disable device it.
Well, under my breath, I'm like, I'm not sure if I can disable it though, but we'll give it a shot.
This, Graham. Got faith in.
Fenris, stand back a little bit. I have a cure spell ready. Or, wait.
I hope that the moment he does this is when my trap goes off.
No, then we get to blame Graham for triggering the trap. No, it was a poison needle, guys. Is it the same trap?
Rohan, don't wander around alone up there.
Fenris, do you remember yesterday when you were gonna, I think it was yesterday, when you were gonna cast that delay poison on me?
I do.
Do you still have that?
No, now I have neutralized poison.
Ah, that's even better.
Okay, well, I'm gonna give this a shot. You want that?
Wait just a second. Let me make sure. Let me see if I need to cast it on you first or if I can still do it after.
You'll lose your detect magic, though. That means
that's true.
You can just lie to me and say you didn't have it.
Okay, yeah. So I'll need to do it. Let's see. Yeah, I'll need to do it before. So I'll drop my detect magic.
Okay.
And cast neutralize poison onto Graham.
All right.
All right, Brandon. I'm going to put that disable device roll in the tower for you.
Okay. Hey, can you bring me a soda, Dr. Pepper?
Can you bring me one too?
All right. So you have failed to disable it properly.
I'm aware of that. Okay.
Yeah, it will prick you in the finger.
What?
Wait, hang on. Never mind. No, you're successful. Just looking at the one Justin's about that. Right. So yeah, you disable that trap. It's easy. It's as easy as cutting a little string.
Okay, so I'll snip it with blood tooth and tell Casimir that it's, or sorry, not Casimir, Fenris. You can come up now. I think I got the trap disabled. I don't think. I'm sure I got it disabled.
Clap him on the shoulder and tell my faith in his trap disabling skills has never waned.
Now, Rohan, where'd it go? You.
How long when Rohan is walking around? Because after Graham disables it, I'd probably start moving over to begin identifying the scrolls.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that.
All right. I hate you, Justin.
I've lost it. Where is it? Oh, right. Rohan, make a reflex save, please. All right.
Well done.
Nice.
All right. So as you step there in front of that door, the floor gives out beneath you, but you're able to hop. You're able to hop to the side in time.
No one has to know, Rohan.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's still open, so you can look down. You can't see the bottom of it.
Was this like an actual trap door, like from a movie or a cartoon? Where just nice.
Yep.
I would have been the perfect person to fall down that, though. My feather fall would have kicked in immediately.
Yeah.
Until you fall into the lava at the end of the shaft.
Trust
I'd have
me,
enough time to cast resist elements.
your Featherfall wouldn't have. That would only have. Anyway, now, Casimir, you're gonna be looking at these scrolls.
Yeah,
Are you looking at the 2 or the 4?
I'm looking at whichever one they're
Okay, that's the 2. So
gathered.
roll a percentile for me real quick.
All right.
All right. That's that.
And
Now roll a d10 for me. In the tower, please.
oh, sorry. Okay.
Yeah, re-roll it. All right. So now roll 2 more percentiles. All right. So you find a scroll and what? So you can use read magic, right?
I can use read magic, and I can also attempt to decipher it using spellcraft.
All right. That's right.
But if you want me to make things easier without needing more rolls, I can. There you go.
All right. Perfect. So you have found
A trap scroll. Oh, don't tell me it is.
No, it's not. All right. You found a scroll that is. Let's see, let me put it in the. I'll put it in the party sheet here.
All right.
Circle of Death.
Oh, fun.
And the other one you find is Scroll of True Seeing. These are both arcane.
Okay.
So I'll check out the ones that were over here. You've already disarmed this one, correct, Graham?
I actually didn't know we had them in 2 separate areas, so
You didn't.
I've yet to
no.
go search over there.
There's not. The one that
traps over here.
That's where the trap was that he deactivated, on where the 4 scrolls were. The 2 didn't have trap.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case,
Okay.
yes, I did.
All right, so I'll use read magic and
John.
do this one. If you
John.
want.
I already got read magic going.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll take the scrolls over to Casimir then.
Okay, roll 4 percentiles. All right. So, all right. Now, roll a d10.
In the tower?
Yes. Now a percentile. All right. So the first scroll you look at is, here we go. I'll put that in the party sheet too. A divine scroll, polar ray. It's pretty high level. Do another d10 and then a percentile. Okay. That one is also a divine scroll and it's of persistent image. Okay. Now another d10 and then a percentile.
Ooh.
Okay.
It's always hard to tell if is better on these percentiles or not.
This is a divine or a arcane scroll of change staff, and then one more d10 and percentile. Interesting. One is okay. Scroll of pass wall. So that's all the scrolls you find there.
All right. So I will hand the divine ones to Fenrith and tell him that he'll have to read them later, whenever.
Which ones were those?
But that they are persistent image and polar ray, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then the rest are arcane, I'll tell him, and I'll take them into possession. But Graham, if you wish to use any of them, I'm sure you'll find them in my bag.
No, it did remind me to check the 2 scrolls I had yet deciphered for myself, but I didn't have any luck this time. And they're not clear on the retry for deciphering scrolls and use magic, but they do say if you fail by a certain amount or more with a device, then you have to wait 24 hours before you can try it again. So do you think that's a good rule of thumb for my type of spellcraft, Brandon?
Yeah. So I got that wrong. So the persistent image is arcane, not divine.
Oh,
Sorry about that.
okay. Put it back in the party sheet then, Jono. Thank you.
The true seeing was divine.
All right. Scroll, that's a good one for you.
Yeah, it's one that I had been looking at preparing.
Dang it. This thing eats items when they're dragged.
Down in scrolls is where I had to look.
I label all of my scrolls the way Brandon's been putting them up. Heat magic, see invisibility. Yeah, none of the ones that I dragged from there appeared.
It does that to me occasionally too. I'm not sure why, but only with scrolls for whatever reason.
But there is a blank item that now has 8, and I'm guessing that's what it is.
Yeah, I just ended up having to drag them from the library.
All right. So it was true seeing. Or might have better luck finding it in the items, John. But
how's things look up there, Rohan?
Things are good up here. There's a hole in the floor, though, that you got to be careful of.
All right, I put it in my inventory.
So, Brandon, as we proceed, Graham's going to modify his searching a little bit to include before the door. That's his memory of the spiked pit traps from when we were fighting undead. The door itself, and now the space after the door. And I'm also going to do that from the threshold from rooms to hallways. So I don't know if you just want the one search to cover all those, if you want separate ones.
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay.
Yeah, just do the one.
And as far as going into a room, like with these alarms, I think we're going to have to rely more on the detect magic, because if those are magical ones, then what is it, like 25 plus the spell level?
It's a really high search. But where are you searching now?
Right now, I was just looking through my scrolls, and I called it to Rohan, so now I'm just waiting for Casimir and Finrith to get everything in order, and then we can head out.
All right.
I'm going to modify my spell set for tomorrow to include more detect magic, so I can be up there with you.
Yeah, I got 2 right now, and then I got 2 more scrolls, so I'll take the rest of the day if you don't have any more.
Yeah, I used my last one just right before, or right when we were doing this, so I'll prepare 4 or 5 of them for tomorrow, though.
And how long do those last when you guys cast them?
Concentration level in minutes.
Okay.
And let me take a look at that true seeing, too, see exactly what that did.
You see all things as they truly are.
Mm-hmm.
What does it allow you to see? I mean, I imagine...
No more needs to be stated on that, Fenrith.
Yeah, it allows you to see through normal and magical darkness.
Okay. Yeah. That's
secret hidden doors, creatures under blur displacement, invisible or illusions, polymorph, all that. You can even see into the ethereal plane.
Oh, with that, I could sneak attack within our darkness.
Yeah. As it would last for 9 minutes.
All right, you guys ready to head out? We're going to go into this other room?
Yeah, let's let Casimir go up there with you, then.
What's
Or do you want to...
It's over here.
Yeah, I think that was where the other room was, right? He said we could see... Oh.
Yeah, marble floor and a table.
Yeah, over there, yeah. Over to the right, past that fireplace. On either side of the fireplace is an archway.
And then up where I was, there was a door up there?
Yeah, there's a door where the trap fell. So on the square right next to you, right here, there's a door, and then there's another door up here.
Okay.
These are simple, well-made wooden doors.
Yeah, I'll mention that when Graham calls up to me. I'll say, yeah, there are 2 more doors up here. Be careful, though. The floor doesn't seem too steady.
All right.
Which way do you guys want to go?
I say we check both of them and then choose which way, so that way we can use the detect magic over the course of it.
Yeah, I'd say take a look in here first and see what's in there, and then we could go up to the other way and see what's in those.
All right, so I'll motion Casimir to pause there at the threshold, and if he's going to detect his magic, to do it then, and then I'll search for more mundane traps at the threshold.
All right. So yeah, I'll cast detect magic
Okay.
on myself, and I'll focus. I guess it's a 60-foot cone, but I'll focus at the door itself and a little bit around there, like on the floor. Make sure there's nothing in front of it.
This archway here? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, this area, or wherever the.
Okay, so
is.
right here is the archway. And here's another one up here. So, yeah, anyway, so as you get closer to that archway and you look in that room, there's no sources of light in there. But let's see.
I'll make my armor glow.
Yeah, so from right there you can see. Yeah, so it's a large banquet room is what you're looking at. You're not detecting any magic.
Right.
The wall that you can see has a bunch of faded tapestries hanging from it. Almost all the tables seem to be broken. All the chairs are broken. There's rubble on the floor, but you're not detecting any magical auras.
All right. I'm not detecting anything right now.
All right, Brandon, I threw my search in the tower for physically searching at the threshold of that archway between the rooms.
Yeah, you don't detect any traps there.
Well, seems clear. I think we can go in.
All right. I'll move about 20 feet in and then do another look around.
Okay. All right. So once you get in there, you pretty much see most of it. So on the upper wall there's also some faded tapestries, but there's breaks every few feet in the wall. And these broken banquet tables lead up to this sort of dais where there's another table and a couple of what once were really fine chairs. And then behind there is two massive fireplaces. So this looks like an old banquet room that once was very rich, and that dais there would have been where the lord or master of the castle and his partner would have dined with their guests. This room doesn't seem to get a lot of traffic, and as the first room was completely dust-free, this room is not. There's dirt and dust and rubble all over the place.
All right. So yeah, I'll that little marker I put, that's about how far out the cone goes. So I'll do a quick sweep, and then I'll move.
Okay.
About another 20 feet up, and then do it again.
All right.
Yeah, once Casimir gives me that the dais is clear, then I'll go search up around that area.
All right. So you move there, and give me a second here. All right. Yeah, so when you move up there, Casimir, you detect a magical aura coming from the dais.
All right. I'll say that there's something magical on the dais. Give me a second. And then I just want to move up so that way the cone can hit the back of this room. Make sure there's nothing magical further on. And while I'm doing this, I'm also sweeping to the north too, as I'm moving, so that way I can,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, so once you've gotten to that point, that's the only aura you've detected is the one on the dais. Yeah.
All right. So what was that, like 3 rounds so far? Yeah. All right. So I'll start focusing on it. I'll move up to it. Was it like, how close would you say I need to get to start reading it just within the cone?
Yeah, just within the cone.
All right. Yeah. So I'll start focusing on it.
All right. So give me 1 second here. Now you're doing detect magic, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you've detected the presence. Now you've detected the number, which is 1. And now you're going to detect the strength. But let's see, that strength you feel is strong.
All right. I can attempt to determine its school too. Is that what I'm seeing? With a spellcraft check?
I think you have to be able to see it for that part of it. That's what I'm reading. If the item or creature bearing the aura is in line of sight,
okay. So
make a spellcraft check.
Seeing a bit of aura sticking up from like a cushion or something.
Yeah, you're not actually seeing the item yet.
All right, I'll move up to here and I'll indicate where it is, but I can't see the item itself.
Right. So when you get up there, that dais is made out of stone. So put a search in the tower for me with a +2. Okay. So yeah. So as you get up there, yeah, there you go. As you get up there, and especially because this dais rises up to about your chin, so you're looking pretty flat on it, you can see underneath the nicer and larger of the 2 chairs that there is a cleverly concealed hidden compartment in the stone of the dais there.
All right. Graham, got a compartment.
All right, I'll go up to Casimir and take a look at it. See if I can see if it's trapped.
is the compartment itself having the aura on it?
No.
Okay.
All right. So go ahead and check for traps, Graham. Is that what that was? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Yeah, there is a trap, and you're looking at it, and part of that search is not just looking at that exact area, but looking all around, and you see that directly up above you, there is the ceiling rises about 30 feet. I didn't describe it before, but it's that domed ceiling you'd get sort of like in a, cathedral or whatever. And you can look up there at the stone, and at some point there was some master had done some painting up there, because what you can see is just so well painted, but most of it has fallen down or been cracked or faded. But there is an image up above, directly above, of a demonic looking figure. And your eyesight's sharp enough that you can see the holes up there, the perfectly round holes. And this reminds you of a trap that was described to you by your master in training. So if you open this thing, this compartment, that as many as 10 spears are going to fire out of those holes right down on top of you.
I think Graham has personal experience with traps like that.
Yeah, I'll describe all of that to Casimir, and I can try to disable it, but you might want to stand back.
All right. Just in case they're chain lightning spears.
Right. I will throw that disable device in the tower for you, Brandon.
Okay.
Would it be possible for Fenrith to cover him with his shield just in case?
Well, the way it would work is it does an attack roll against whoever's in the area. So, if you were there to cover him with your shield, then it would be attacking you too. Makes sense?
I have some special training against that sort of thing. My trap sense will increase my AC if I trigger it.
All right, so
I'll be close by with a heal if he needs it.
Your disable device allows you to disconnect the trigger from this lid, for lack of a better word, of the compartment. So you're successful.
All right. After I work my thieves' tools at it, I'll tell everybody, I got it. I think we're good now. I know we're good now.
Good job, Graham. Well, do you want to open it, or do you want me to?
I guess I'll open it.
Okay. Gotta trust in your work.
I'll open that compartment.
All right. Make a percentile roll in the tower, please. All right. Yeah, so you open that compartment, and down, it's just, 2 foot by 2 foot square. You find a belt resting in it.
I'll pause, I'll go to reach for it, and then I'll be like, wait a second, and I'll motion for Casimir.
Yeah, I'll move up. What is it, Graham?
Look, it's a belt. Is that where you were detecting the magic from?
Is the order coming from the belt?
Oh, yeah. It's a wide belt made of thick leather and studded with iron. And it's got an engraving of a large, very muscular man holding a giant hammer and standing on top of a mountain.
It is most definitely the aura I was seeing. I can't tell what it does, though, so we'll have to wait until the morning.
All right, I'll pick it up and put it in the bag of holding if Fenrith is nearby.
Okay.
Yeah, I was waiting there, ready to heal you.
And that's all there is?
That's it.
Now, you mentioned there were some gaps between these tapestries on the north wall that might be worth investigating. Yeah, I'll point those out. Let's go check up there.
Yeah, I'll move over to, I guess, one of the ones over here.
All right. So up there, looking in, from there, you see, just a bare stone floor. Looks like the room extends to the right a little bit.
Well, since nothing seems to be triggering Casimir's detect magic, I'll search the threshold and peek around the corner real quick.
All right. You see nothing dangerous.
All right.
I'll search.
Be sure to stay in cover and just poke my head out.
All right. So in here, you've got a stone bench with a hole in the center of it.
Elements, they're toilets.
Do we know
Yeah,
what that is?
It's a latrine. Yeah, you can pretty quickly guess the function of it.
Okay. I'll move to the next one. I guess I'll poke my head in there.
Yeah, so in here you see this. So in here is just a long row of them. So the one that Graham looked in would be, a
Like a
private
private.
one. But this is for the rest of the guests to use.
Well, if we
Graham,
do
check the privy.
What?
Graham, check the privy. See if they crap gold.
That's what I was about to say. If I do see any auras down in there, I'm not going to mention them.
No, you don't see any auras.
All right. Just simple bathrooms from the look of it.
All right. And then on either side of these fireplaces is another archway. And right here where Fenrith is a staircase heading up. So as you pass that archway, you can see into that room there. And and from your angle, you can see tables lining one wall. There's a little doorway here with a door in it. And then you can see tables and stuff. And you quickly get the sense that this was like a kitchen.
All right. I'll do a quick one round look and see if there's any auras in that cone that I can see. And if not, I'll motion Graham to go forward and do his stuff.
Let's see. No, you don't detect any auras.
I threw my search in the tower.
All right, so you don't detect any traps either, Graham.
Okay, I'll take a step into the room and get a good look at it.
Yeah, I'll walk in with him.
All right, so as I had said, this was a kitchen at some point, and everything's fallen into disuse, though, so a lot of things are broken. There's dust everywhere. Nothing really interesting. You see a door a couple of doors across the room, and then one down here in this right-hand corner as well. And that's it.
All right. So,
Just pick one and we can keep doing this same thing.
yeah. Was that one of the doors?
Yeah.
I'll move to there and check it out.
Okay, no magical auras there. That door isn't fully closed.
I'll motion Graham over.
We'll look it over for traps.
Okay, you don't see any traps.
All right, I'll push the door open and look in.
All right, so here you can see the frames of what once were beds. And you look further in, you can see you can easily deduce this once was servant quarters. So all the frames are broken, all the bedding's gone, there's dust everywhere. You can even see some latrines here, some communal latrines that they had to share. But there's nothing else interesting in here.
All right, I'll give Casimir that all clear.
Move to there.
Yep, no auras.
All right. Guess we'll head to the northern door.
Okay. All right. So this door, you go ahead and roll your search, Graham. You don't detect any traps there either. And it's not locked.
Okay, I'll push it open.
Okay, so you open that door and it is another stairwell leading up.
I'll give Casimir the all clear as far as physical traps go.
All right. I'll look up the stairwell.
All right, so at the top of that stairwell, you just see another wooden door, but you don't detect any magical auras.
All clear. I wonder what they did in these places. They're so odd.
All right, so what about Rohan and Fenrith? What are you guys doing?
Just let them do their thing.
Yeah, I was kind of keeping an eye on the extra stairwell down here. Make sure nothing comes down or out of it.
Okay. All right, Graham, what are you doing?
Checking the door at the top of the stairs.
All right. So go ahead and make your roll.
The last one I did was for that.
Okay, there's no traps there, but it is locked.
This one's locked. Casimir, give me 1 second.
All right, Graham.
Fish out my thieves' tools and go to work.
All right. Okay, so yeah, you work out your tools and you start picking at it, and then pretty quickly you get it to open. And what you see up there is, there you go. So you're up here and you see really nice wood floor, just like the first room you'd come into. Across the room, you can see this too, is a line of really large windows that look out or at once looked out. Now they've got shutters covering them, but this section over here is like a platform sort of, and it's got some chairs on it that, for people to sit and look out the window or whatever. And this is the part of the room you can see so far.
I'll give Casimir the clear on physical traps.
Okay. Are you coming up, Casimir?
Yeah, sorry about that. I was muted. I'll move up, and I think by this time I might need to recast Detect Magic, so I'll do that.
All right.
And then give it a quick look around.
Right, so let's see. No auras. You're not detecting any auras.
All right.
But you can see the rest of the room. So you see another door on the other side here, and you see a door in the center of this wall. Now, this is a really nice, ornate door. But yeah,
right.
So looking around that room, you don't see any auras.
No magical traps on the floor, Graham.
Okay, I'll make sure Rohan and Fenrith know that we're going further into this room up here.
All right, so Rohan and Fenrith, Graham comes and says, we're going upstairs. What do you do?
I'll ask him if we wanted to go back and check out the 2 doors that were in the first room.
That's up to Casimir, I think. I don't know how long his spell lasts.
5 minutes.
If we're okay just bypassing those doors, then we can just move on. There was a trap in front of one of them.
That is true. Yeah, let's go check it out. Unless you think we should just keep going, Graham. We're already here.
Yeah, I guess we could just keep going. I don't want to walk all the way back.
Okay.
All right,
so
Brandon, I'll do my search on that one.
You guys are coming up here?
Yeah, if we're going to skip the rest of the stuff from the floor below, then we'll come up with them.
All right. Okay, Graham. You don't detect any traps on that door.
I'm trying to read your tone. Is it locked?
Yes, it is.
This one's locked. Give me just a second.
Is it locked with a trap?
All right, got the thieves' tools out again, and I'll put them to the lock.
All right. So you did a terrible roll, so you're not successful.
Well, this lock seems a little more difficult than the other ones. I know maybe if I just take my time at it, I might be able to get it open, but like I said, it's up to how long we got. Translation, I can take a 20, right?
Well, let's try the other door, and if that's not open, we'll come back here. You can take your time at the lock.
All right. So what are you doing? That door there?
Yep, checking it for traps.
Okay, no trap there.
I'll open it up.
All right. So in this room, you see a hallway, a long hallway. On the right side is another smaller little platform windowsill with windows that are also covered. And then on the bottom hallway, a couple more, and a door at the left end of it.
All right, I'll let Casimir know that.
Well, based on your general sense of awareness of positioning, you think that it's likely this stairwell, or that this will lead. Sorry, there's not a door. There's a stairwell, and you think it'll lead down to that first one you guys found.
Okay.
Oh, the one that Rohan was watching. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Graham. We can take your you can take your time at that door, and I'll start rummaging through my bag for a scroll of read magic or detect magic, just in case it wears off.
All right, so taking a 20 with my open lock would be a 33.
And how long would that take?
It's 20 times the length of the action, and I think it was a full round action. I will double check that 1 sec.
So is that like 2 minutes? No.
Yes, it's a full round action, so 6 seconds times 20. So yeah, I think 2 minutes.
Okay.
So depending on how long, because I think I recast it at the bottom of the stairs, or when I came up here, yeah. So it still might be going.
How long is that going to go for?
5 minutes in total.
5 minutes, okay.
So I think I'd be sitting at about maybe 3 or 4 right now after the 2.
I think closer to 4 from after going down to that bottom door there. All right, anyway, you are successful in opening that room, Graham. Opening that door.
Okay, I'll push it open a crack and hear what I can hear and see what I can see.
All right, so it opens in the center. so it's like a double door. So you
Okay.
push it open, and light spills in, and basically you're seeing the middle section of it. So you've got a massive, ornate, rich, thick carpet on the other side with an enormous bed on it, a giant pool of dried blood, and unlit braziers everywhere. That's what you see so far.
I'll, if the initial glance doesn't show any auras, I'll move into the room and cast about.
All right. You do not detect any magical auras
All right.
in here.
No magical traps, Graham.
So let me get you the rest of the room here. There is a doorway on the bottom there, and a table with a chair. There's a fireplace in the north wall, and through this doorway you can sort of see another room.
Maybe do a quick search of this one.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye out. So I'll move to about here and just kind of be on my guard.
Yeah, I'll just
You can see more of that room from there.
I'll search around the carpet and inspect the blood and that fireplace.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a search. Now, Fenrith, what are you doing?
What was this up here? Is it a fireplace?
Fireplace. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll check around over here.
All right. What about you, Rowan?
I'm going to be watching the door to the south.
Okay. All right. So, Graham, you are going to be searching the carpet and bed area.
Yes.
All right. So, with your search, you find a really, really well-made wooden chest underneath the bed. It's about 5 feet wide, 3 feet tall, 3 feet deep. You're not actually, you try to pull it out and you can't. It's too heavy. So you'll have to make a strength check.
Yeah, I'll shout out that I got a chest over here.
Are you struggling?
I'll give him a hand with it if he's struggling with it.
Okay.
Well, now, Fenrith, you do your search in the tower. Okay. Fenrith, you detect that there is a secret doorway at the back of that fireplace.
Okay.
And it's when you detect that Graham says, "Hey, I got a chest over here. I need some help."
All right. I'll still go help him, but I will mention that I'll call to Casimir to keep an eye on this area over here. There's a secret door in this fireplace.
All right.
All right. So as he says that and starts moving over, Casimir, and you're making a last look around, right as your spell goes away, you get like a flash of 2 different auras down from this bottom room, and then your spell's gone.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I'll start rummaging real quick through my bag to get the scroll of detect magic out. I saw something, guys. All right, so I have 1 left. Goes to a 0, and I'll cast it from the scroll, and I'll start heading that way.
Yeah, by the tone in his voice, I'll quit messing with the chest and pull out Bloodtooth and crouch there.
All right.
I grab that true seeing scroll.
Okay. All right. You grab your scrolls, and Graham reaches for Bloodtooth just as 2 things come busting through that doorway. Now, they're too big for it, so they just knock the wood aside like it's nothing. Or wait, sorry. You felt 2 flashes, but you first only see 1.
All right.
Give me a second here. Okay. All right. So this thing is, it looks as it busts through the wall there, knocks the wood aside like it's paper. It looks like a cross between a large human and a huge vulture. Has strong, sinewy limbs covered with small gray feathers, a long neck topped with a vulture head, and vast feathered wings. So this thing looks hideous. It comes tearing through, rushing towards you immediately.
Can I make a pact with it?
No, you cannot. But it immediately, you start hearing it speak in your mind. And it's all it's doing is describing all the terrible things it's going to do to you, things that you never in your life would have imagined. So it's actually pretty terrifying, pretty repulsive. It's evil on a level that you haven't ever contemplated too much before. So everybody roll initiative. All right. So some inner sixth sense alerted you, Graham. So you're absolutely ready to go. So you actually have the initiative here.
Okay. That thing frightens me, though. So I think I'm going to spend a move action to pull that coin out. And so the 20-foot radius of darkness will pop out on me. Let me set that up here 1 sec. Okay, and then with my other action, I will move to the edge of it.
Okay, so that's your darkness? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I'm going to free action drop the coin right there on the ground and then move up here to the edge of it.
Okay, all right.
And that's it for me.
Here, let's see. We'll get you there, and then you can pass the turn along. Okay. All right, so on its turn, it sticks its head forward and gives this incredible shriek. So it's actually here. All right, so Casimir and Rohan, make a fortitude save, please.
I freaking knew it. Oh! Was that a 1? It was, wasn't it?
All right, so you are both stunned for 1 round.
Ever there was ESP, it was about a couple minutes before that roll went down. I just knew it was going to be a 1.
So was there anything visible that happened that did this?
It's an ear-shattering shriek it gave. It hurts everybody's ears, but you were just out of range of it, so I was going to move up right into Casimir's face.
Does being stunned make me helpless?
Yeah. I'll read it for you.
Is there a effect?
All right, so a stunned creature drops everything held, can't take actions, takes a -2 penalty to AC, and loses dexterity bonus, if any. So you drop your weapons.
Yeah, okay. And hopefully the stun will take care of all the AC stuff, right? The effect.
Yeah, I'll add it on to your character when it's...
Already did.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now that'd be Rohan's turn.
So what can I do while stunned? Like I've dropped my bow.
Yeah. You can't take actions.
Okay. So
Fenrith. So now darkness has engulfed you. You can't really see what's going on over there from where you're at. Not to get a good image of it anyway.
All right, can I 5 foot there and then read that true seeing scroll?
Okay. Yeah. So you read the scroll. And what else?
Did we lose him?
Yeah, you still there, John?
Circlet of blasting is I'll use that on it. Sorry, for some reason it wasn't unmuting when I was hitting the button.
What action is it to use?
It's a standard action because I already had the scroll in my hand, right?
I believe the scroll is a standard action too, so you have a move action left, but you can't move actual distance since you 5 foot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
You're not going to be able to do that.
Does his true seeing reveal anything?
Yeah, it should negate the darkness totally, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so the darkness won't affect you, but that's the only thing. Okay, and then Casimir's turn. He's stunned. Back up to Graham. So Casimir and Rohan can take the stun away. And Graham, it's your turn.
Okay, so I'm going to move and hide up to the edge of this darkness, and we're going to see what Bloodtooth's capability is at range. Let me get you my hide roll. And then I'm going to throw Bloodtooth at this demon and hopefully sneak attack him.
Hey, we don't know if it's a demon or not. No need for name calling.
That's true. Just a thing that's evil on a whole different level than we've experienced before.
And saying he's going to flay us alive and all sorts of bad stuff.
Looks like I got a 27 on that ranged attack with my dagger.
That's a hit.
All right, here's the base damage. And if I successfully hid from him, then I would deny him his dex bonus and qualify for a sneak attack. I don't know if I successfully hit or not, though.
Okay. Let's check on that. Let's roll it. Oh, you did not successfully hide from him.
Okay, so it just does the base damage of 11, it looks like. And what does Bloodtooth do once I throw him?
All right, so you did. All right, so you threw that at him. You can tell based on the force you threw it that there's something keeping it from doing as much damage as it should have. So, like it sticks in him, but just barely, and so it's just stuck there.
Okay. Bloodtooth, you told me not to worry about it. Now I'm very worried. That's my turn.
Right. Okay. All right. So, Casimir, this thing starts tearing into you.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Good Lord.
yeah. So it does a full attack. One hit with a claw. The second claw hit. Okay. Sorry. Talon. He's got claws and talons. So a claw hit, a talon missed, a claw hit, and a bite was an automatic miss.
Oh, thank God. That's
All right,
really spooky.
So we've got a claw hit, and we've got a talon hit. Another claw hit. So there we go. So 9 damage, 7 damage, and 13 damage.
Take it.
With that thing's attack, and then it steps to the side a little bit. And that brings us to Rohan. So your bow's on the ground.
Yeah. I'm going to shake my head to clear the ringing from my ears, pick up my bow, and take a 5-foot step back.
Okay.
That was all I could do.
All right. Fenrith, your turn.
All right, so I'm going to go. So I'll activate my haste boots, go over here, and pick up that coin. I'm not going to cover it up, though, because my idea is to move it so that Graham can get closer if he wants to.
All right.
But I think that takes up everything.
Right. So if I pick up my trident, I could still 5 foot because I've moved. My move action didn't do any distance, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there an attack opportunity on picking something up off the ground? I can't seem to find it. I was looking.
I believe so. Yeah.
All right. So attack opportunity on me?
Okay.
Is this creature large, by the way?
Yes, it is.
All right.
All right. So it swipes with a claw and hits
Oh, good Lord.
for 12 damage.
All right. And then I guess I will. Oh, I already took it that round. Dang it. I'll go full defense, and that's my turn.
Okay. All right. Let me check on something here. Okay. Graham, your turn.
So I'll fish that wand of magic missiles out of my backpack and then try to use it on this enemy. Here's my use magic device roll. I need a 20 or higher.
You got it.
All right, so I activate the wand and it shoots out 2 missiles. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't have anything set up for it yet, so...
1 sec. That's magic missile, you say?
Yeah, that's what I rolled.
All
Those
right.
are 1d4 plus 1, right?
Yeah.
All right. So you didn't. Okay. Roll a caster level check. So what would the caster level be to make a wand of that level, Chris?
I don't know off the top of my head. I think wands are fairly low, though.
All right. So magic missile does 1d4 plus 1, and it does, at third level, it does 2d4.
So plus 3?
So you'd have to be third level to build it. Do you get craft wand at third or fifth?
Craft rod, is that it, or is there... Oh, wand.
Wand.
Fifth.
So you got to be fit. So yeah, roll 1d20 plus 5. See if you can overcome his spell resistance. All right. So these magic missiles, they just sort of sputter out when they make contact with him.
I am crestfallen. That's my turn. Oh.
Okay. All right. So this thing now is speaking to all of you. telepathically. And like I said, it's just going through a list of what it's going to do to you. And it's not really possible to understand the evil of it. It's on a whole different level from I want to break your bones. It's something quite worse than that. But it will move over. No, it won't. Doesn't need to. So it sort of shakes itself, and you see it releases like a poof, just like you've seen mushrooms do sometimes. A poof of spores shoot out in every direction, and they land on you, Casimir, and they deal 6 damage to you as they land on you.
Okay.
They also no, there's no save.
Oh.
They also start digging into your flesh. You can see, so like you can't. They're not going anywhere.
Okay.
Yeah, so it does that, and then also swipes at you with a claw, which hits for 9 damage. And that brings us to Rohan. So Rohan, you see this cloud of spores puff up, and they're sort of settling now. You see Casimir got a bunch on him, and he's obviously tearing into Casimir pretty good, like really good. So Casimir's got blood completely gushing from all over, so he's in trouble. What do you do?
There's not a whole lot I can do other than just start firing at it now that I can.
All right.
It's a point-blank shot. 3 arrows going at it.
All right, 2 of those arrows hit him.
Okay.
I'm hearing me when I talk to you. All right, so you see both of those arrows hit him, but they do nothing to him. Like they don't seem to be even able to penetrate his skin.
Okay. Yeah, that's all I've got.
All right, Fenrith. So you can see everything as it truly is, and you guys are in a bad way. Nothing seems to be damaging this thing.
All right, so I'll move over to here, but I want to drop the coin.
You're going to drop it right at your feet?
Right in here, I believe. Go a little bit closer to me.
Here?
Yeah, right about there.
Okay.
So I'll continue over to here, though, and I will grab onto Casimir, let him know that it's Fenrith, and then I'll cure critical wounds on him.
Thank you.
So that was a 30-foot radius for darkness?
20.
20, I believe.
Okay. And that's about where you wanted it?
Yeah, that should work, because that gives them, most of us, a chance to attack it from the darkness.
Okay.
And then he did the cure critical, and then that will be it.
All right. I will 5 foot to there and cast Mirror Image, or at least attempt to.
Okay.
I cast it. Mirror Image, so 1d4 plus 1. I have 4 mirror images, and that's my turn.
Can I also call out to Graham, give him an idea, general direction, I guess?
He can see it. It's just that it's very dim. It's like we're fighting in a almost dark room, but not quite dark all the way.
Like night outside.
Okay, Graham, your turn. So you're looking at everything going on, and then suddenly Bloodtooth is back in your hand.
Bloodtooth, I love you.
He says to you, I'm gonna type it to you. He sends a message to you.
But not safe for the recording.
Telepathically.
Roses are red, violets are blue.
Right, so Bloodtooth whispers that to you. Or he doesn't really whisper it, but it is your turn.
Okay, well, I'll shout out. There's something that tethers this creature to this plane. An object of some kind, maybe a glass ball. We gotta find it. And then I'll buff up too. I will cast Mirror Image from the Ring of Spell Storing that Casimir has lent me. So it's 1d4 plus 1.
Yeah.
So 4 images for me. And
all right.
I will move back towards where that chest is, back by the bed.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
All right. Okay, so this thing moves over here and attacks you, Rohan, with a claw, whilst telling you in your mind that this is the sweetest feeling that you'll ever have after he gets done with you. So he does 17 damage. So while he's speaking telepathically to you, you get the sense of just complete arrogance on a level you wouldn't have ever thought it was possible for someone to have. And based on the things he's saying, it reminds you get the image of a cat playing a mouse to death. And that brings us to Rohan.
Okay, hearing what Graham said, I'll call out to the others and say, the thing that tethers it must be in the room it came from. I'll try and draw its attacks while you find it. And then I'll 5-foot step back and fire another volley into it.
Okay. All right. So 2 hit and 1 automatically missed. All right. So this time you did a little bit of damage. Some of the arrows stuck in a little bit further, and you can see an expression on its face that indicates it felt some slight sting at least. Fenrith.
All right, I'll use my 4th level divine power, and let me change everything real quick. All right, and then I will move and draw my sword and tell Casimir to help Graham with that chest, and if it's not in there, you got to check the other room. And I'll advance up to here.
All right. So you're just moving up to him?
Yeah, I cast a spell, so I can't attack yet.
All right. Well, he'll take a swipe at you then, but he misses. Is that your turn?
Yes.
Okay. Casimir.
I'll give Fenrith a look that I don't know he can see perfectly, and then go help Graham. The look will be kind of like, who do you think you are ordering me around kind of look.
Right.
But then I'll go help Graham with the chest. So are you trying to pull it up out of the floor?
Yeah, we didn't get it out before this thing came out.
Oh, sorry. Does it need to be removed from the floor to open?
It's out from under the bed, I believe.
Oh, bed? Okay.
Yeah, it's just sitting under the bed. It's just too heavy for him to drag it out by himself.
Okay, so I guess if I have, as my action, I'll try to drag it out? Or
okay. Yeah, so do a strength check. That'll do. You're able to pull it out.
All right. And
as he...
I'm sorry, go for it.
As he pulls it out, Graham, you see that it's locked.
Okay. This is going to be difficult. So, I think I was doing those open locks in the tower. What do you want me to put a penalty on this for doing it in shadowy illumination, or do you just want to factor it at your end? Yeah,
you just roll it in the tower and all.
Okay, so I'll take a move action to get my thieves' tools out, and I'll begin the full round action of picking this lock, but I'll have to finish it on my next turn.
Okay. All right. So pass it along. All right. So you guys pull that out there and you start picking at it, and you hear in your mind, "Oh, you wouldn't be interested in anything in there." It's got a weird accent, speaking in your language, but you know who exactly it's from. And then Fenrith, you hear, one of you, disgusting, and it will full attack you.
Jeez.
All right, so we've got a hit with a claw, a hit with a bite, and a hit with a talon. So here's the claw damage, here's the bite damage, here's the talon damage.
For some reason, it's absorbing. Oh, that's right, the stupid. And when I put on temporary hit points, it says absorbed rather than showing what the actual wounds are. So I'm at 77 of 105 right now, is how much I have left.
I think the way it works is you're just supposed to put what was added to your base hit points, I think is how they want it to work.
Was it? Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure how half of this stuff works, honestly. It doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, it's not
seem as intuitive as it should be. So I was supposed to have 9 hit points added to my. How much did he do total?
Yeah. So here, just you already had 5 damage.
Yeah, so I would have had 101 hit points.
So get rid of the temporary and make your hit points 101, and I'll add the damage.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, so with a flurry of talons and bite and claws, you can feel its its claws and talons tear into you, pull some flesh out, and once again, it's just laughing maniacally like it's having the most fun of its life. Rohan.
So I'm going to spit at this thing as I curse it and fire more arrows at it.
All right, hang on one second. Casimir, I forgot. So these, on the last turn, these spores, they keep digging into you, and so they do another 3 damage to you.
Is that even after receiving magical healing?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, the healing doesn't stop them.
Okay.
And now what you look and see on your skin is it looks like vines are growing out of it. Okay, go ahead, Rohan. All right, so 3 hit. All right, so you did a little bit more damage. You can tell. Doesn't seem like the electricity does anything at all, but your arrows themselves there are certainly drawing a little bit of blood. Fenrith.
Okay, so just a second. Let me see what I'm going to look for. All right, yeah, we'll go haste boots and then go full attack.
Okay. All right, so you got a hit, an automatic miss, and a hit. So 2 hit. All right, so yeah, so you got a couple hits, and they're not getting through his tough flesh. So
I'm sorry about that. That wasn't.
That's okay. It didn't get through either.
Okay.
And you can tell that the fire means nothing to it at all. So no damage. All right. Is that your turn?
Yep.
Okay, Casimir.
Well, Graham's picking the lock, so I guess I'll try to dig at these vines that are growing out of my skin now. Try to rip them out or something.
All right. So with an action, you quickly determine that is not going to work.
Okay. That's my turn.
Okay, Graham.
All right, so my standard action in this round will finish up that open lock.
Yeah, you were successful with that roll. So now you pop open the lid to the trunk.
All right, I think it would be a move action to open it, so that's my turn.
All right, so as you open it, you look into this chest, you see that it's absolutely full of coins. And you see mostly gold, but you also see an awful lot of really silver-looking, shiny coins that they aren't silver, you know that. So that it's like a flat layer at the very top of it, of that stuff. So that's what you can see so far.
Okay, I'll free action cry out in despair at the number of objects in the chest.
Okay.
But that's it for me.
All right, another full attack, Fenrith. All right. So we've got this is weird.
Looks like 3 hits with a critical, totaling 4.
Miss. Hit you with a claw and a bite. So here's the claw, here's the bite, another claw, and a talon. There you go. So really tore into you this time, really, really bad. Rohan.
I'm going to keep shouting curses at this thing as I try and feather it.
Does it have the mischance for the darkness?
No. Well, if it does, then, well, you don't know. But it is hitting.
So it looks like 3 hits and a critical, or 2 hits and a critical hit.
Yeah. Roll for damage. All right, so that time you did some really good damage to it. And it screeches and turns its head to look at you.
I'll take a 5-foot step, and that's my turn.
All right, Fenrith.
All right, I will try and cast defensively. Chris, off the top of your head, what was the defensive casting? 10, 15 plus spell level, is that right?
I believe it's 15 plus spell level.
Mm-hmm.
Go look real quick.
All right, so I'm looking for a 20 if that's the case.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay, so I will cast Flame Strike from my domain spells.
Okay.
So it's 10 feet 10-foot radius, 40 feet high cylinder of divine fire.
Yeah.
Does 1d6 points of damage per caster level, maximum 15d6. Half the damage is fire, but the other half results directly from divine power and is therefore not subject to being reduced by resistance to fire-based attacks.
All right. First, make a caster level check for spell resistance. Yeah. Well, you got it. So go ahead and cast the spell on him. Do you have it set up to do that, or do you just need to roll the damage and then I'll
just need to roll the damage.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, so what, 9d6?
Yeah, give me just a second here. It's trying to grab way too many. Can you only choose in the multiples that it gives you?
No, just click and hold on a d6, and then keep it clicked, and then right-click as many times as you need to get 9 of them.
All right, I hovered over the thing. Did it apply it to it or no?
No, I didn't even see a roll. So just roll it in the chat, and then I'll do there we go. So you do 20 damage to it. And that definitely got its attention. So rears its head back and shrieks. Like, you can tell the fire means nothing to it, but the divine energy really seemed to hurt. So, okay, I should rephrase that. The fire seemed to do a little bit of damage, but mostly it was the divine that really hurt it.
Okay, and then if I 5 foot back, would it still get an attack of opportunity?
No.
All right, see, I'll pull back a little bit into there.
Okay. All right, so Casimir, you take another 4 points of damage.
Yeah, I'll just have to try to ignore the pain as much as possible until this thing is cast back to wherever it came from. And I'm going to aid Graham in the search of the chest, I guess, because he knows what we're looking for, I guess.
Okay.
So I aid him. So you get a +2 on your search next turn. All right, and that's it.
Okay. Graham, your turn.
So I'll ransack this chest looking for something peculiar besides coins. It's a full round action to search.
All right, so you basically, Casimir's like just scooping stuff out of the way, and you're doing the same. And you find a glass figurine. It's made out of I guess it's stone is more accurate. It's made out of the obsidian, and it's shaped exactly like this creature. And it's small enough to fit in your hand. That's what you find.
Okay, I'll say, I think I got it, Casimir, and I'll show it to him.
What do we do with it?
We're supposed to destroy it.
Well, get to it, Graham.
I don't have any actions left.
Ah!
That's my turn.
All right, so this thing shrieks, charges over to you guys. It provokes an attack from you, Fenrith.
All right, I'll take it.
Okay, so that misses. And it will attack you, Graham, with a claw. Give me 1 second here.
I do have the mirror image going as well.
Okay, how many do you have?
I had 4.
All right, so that makes there's 5 of you, so 20%.
I mean, I'm not sure how long it lasts, actually.
It lasts minutes. 1 minute per level.
So yeah, it's a while.
Cool.
All right, so 1 through 20, and it would hit you. All right, so it hits one of your mirror images, and that poofs out of existence. You can hear it howl in rage within your mind as your mirror image poofs away. Rohan.
All right, I'll be yelling at this thing to face me as I fire at it. So it'll be 3 percentile chances for the misses. Bottom 20% will be a miss. So 1 miss.
Yeah, 1 miss. So roll 2 attacks.
Okay.
All right, so 1 hit. Okay. All right, you can see your arrow thunk into it, but you don't know if it had much of an effect. Fenrith, your turn.
Could I use that circlet of blasting on the figurine?
So what is that?
It's flame strike.
Do you do? I know, but with the circlet, do you do a ranged touch attack?
Yes.
So would he be attempting to sunder as a touch attack, I guess, with the spell? I don't know.
No, you just need to hit its AC.
Yeah.
Let me look for a second, because I think you can. It's a ray. I don't. Yeah, so you do a range touch attack to strike your target. So yeah, you could. It's being held by Graham. Let's see. So yeah, go ahead and make your. I'll give it the AC. Let's see. What's your Dex modifier, Graham?
1 sec here. +3.
All right. Go ahead and make your ranged touch attack roll, Fenrith. Well, that'll do it then. So roll damage, and I'll apply it to this figurine.
So what was that you just shot past my face into the object in my hand?
It was flame strike, so it's a ray of fire that would come from the circlet.
Isn't it Scorching Ray? Isn't Flame Strike a different spell?
It's described as a ray as well. It's a ray of divine power.
Yeah, Searing Light is a ray.
Yeah, so it's a focusing divine power like a ray of the sun. So the sun came blasting past.
Yeah. Well, you'd been saying Flame Strike, and that's an actual spell.
Yeah, sorry, it's the Searing Light.
I was going to say that is not a ray, and we're in trouble.
Flame Strike's the one that I just did it last time on that creature.
Yeah, it must have gotten your noggin.
All right. So so this ray slams into that figurine in your hand, Graham, and it shatters it into a billion pieces. So you take 6 damage, but it is shattered. So when that happens, the darkness that you have on that coin, it starts to swirl and slowly reduces its radius and coalesces until it wraps this thing up, and then they both disappear, the darkness and this creature. But as it goes, it says, "I'll remember you. This isn't the last you've seen of me."
Looking right at Graham, right?
Well, you all hear it.
Oh.
You all hear it in your minds. And then you're left alone in the quiet room.
I'll just be sitting there panting.
It was pretty intense. Is that bed big enough for 4?
Yeah, it is, actually.
Well, my vote is to pass out here.
Well, before we do that, Fenrith, I need you to take care of these burrs, and I'll be still kind of picking at them.
Can I do knowledge, either Arcana, Planes, Religion, something like that, to try and figure out what the hell those are?
Yeah.
Or a heal check, I guess, to see if I can figure out how they work.
You'll need a heal check. They do another 1d4 damage to you, Casimir. So 1 damage.
All right, so that's my heal, Brandon.
All right. So with that heal check, you realize they're going to keep hurting him for about a minute, and the only way to get rid of him will be bless, neutralize poison, or remove disease. Or you can sprinkle him with a vial of holy water.
Unfortunately, I don't keep a stock of that holy water, because I don't think I've ever blessed water before. Used my neutralized poison on Graham earlier for the trap, but give me a second. Let me see what I have. So I'd be able to heal you to keep you alive. Well, can I use my hero point to regain my 4th level neutralized poison spell, Brandon?
Yeah.
Before I do that, though, after you said that it would stop hurting him, is that just it's over in a few rounds, or that?
Yeah, but does
something else.
It'll stop growing, because right now they're popping out all over his skin, and you just based on the pace of the growth and it slowing down, you think it'll stop soon, but they'll still be damaging him.
Okay, yeah, so I'll do that. I'll use my hero point, regain my neutralized poison, and then cast it on him.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So you have to stop at 3, John?
Yeah.
All right. Well, We have no choice then. So I'll distribute this treasure here real quick.
All right. Is it okay if I burn up the rest of my spells, I guess, trying to heal everyone that needs it?
Yeah, you might as well.
Get yourself back under 40 hit points.
Yeah, something like that.
How long do those temporary hit points last?
Just until divine power is over.
That's
so they
really
go
good.
away.
Once it wears off.
So I'd go back to my normal, which would be 97.
Got you pretty close on that one.
Did. 'Cause, I'd eaten up almost all of my spells just dealing with those dang traps.
All right. So you find a total of 500 platinum pieces, 2,000 gold pieces, and 1,000 silver pieces in that chest.
I guess that gnome altar back in Cradle will be happy.
And you got some platinum now, Rohan.
Yep. Soon you'll have a little bit greater chance of survival.
So is that all? Oh.
Well, looks like you're on watch, Graham.
Okay.
I guess we won't be getting back to help the villagers after all.
Nope.
Oh well, they're better off dead anyway.
Yeah.
That's all my spells.
I hope that wasn't an out loud conversation. Graham will be horrified. You some kind of nihilist, Rohan?
I'm getting there.
All right. I've distributed the money, and so you guys are going to rest here?
Yeah.
All right. And what? Rohan's on watch?
Graham, he has no hit point loss, so he can.
I guess let me add back my 4 hit points, and then I could do Rohan, so Rohan and Graham can split the watch.
Yeah.
So I just used Cure Minor Wounds, which is 1 hit point per spell, and I had 4 of those. So go ahead and take off your damage, Rohan.
All right. So as you're getting settled in, Casimir, while this is getting sorted out, you just remember that you had felt 2 flashes of auras coming from that room before that Roc burst out and attacked you.
Yeah, so I'll be kind of starting to, like, sit down, start resting, and I'll be like, there were 2 auras that I saw.
Well, I guess we better go check it out to be safe.
Let's just go away.
Close the door.
It's not.
But yeah, when I say that, I'll kind of, like, sit up, like, suddenly, be kind of panicking.
Yeah, I'll be prepared to go check it out, and Casimir and the new way we've developed.
Yeah. So I'll
drink a potion of Cure Moderate then.
Move over to there, and just in case, I'll bust out the scroll of Detect Magic.
Okay, so when you move over to there and look into the rest of the room...
Those dice rolls scared me, Finrith.
Sorry.
Thought I was getting attacked.
You see what once was probably a ladies' ready room. And table and chairs are broken, and brazier hasn't been used in forever. But standing in one part of the room is a large, beautiful mirror. And you see in that mirror you see another place in that mirror.
Is there an aura coming from it?
Oh, did you use that scroll?
Yeah.
Yeah, there is now. So through that mirror, I'll show you what you're seeing here. You are, where are you? Okay, through that mirror, you are looking down on a field with a bunch of tents. So you see this, all right? So, but you're looking down at it at an angle. So you can see this field with, trees all around it, and you can see a wooden bridge over on the right side. And in the tents there, you can see a few of the snake people moving around. So as you look longer, it flashes over to another image where you see this section here. So across the bridge, there's this platform atop a massive tree. They've sort of hollowed the top out and flattened it, and you see a altar, a huge idol of that winged armed snake creature with the daggers. And you can see platforms all around this with the snake people on it. And you can see a line of villagers being marched across it. And then on top of that altar is a snake creature quite unlike any that you've seen so far. And he's sacrificing the villagers by cutting their hearts out and tossing them into this lava pool that's right in front of the altar, the idol. And that's just for a flash. That's just a blink, and then it flashes back to where you're looking down over the field of tents.
Can I attempt a spellcraft check to see if I can identify what this mirrors, the magic of this mirror, I guess? Like the spell that this mirror is using? All right.
Yeah. Yeah, you can. So just do your spellcraft real quick.
Oh, no, probably didn't make that one.
No, you didn't. So that's where we'll have to pick it up next time.
All right. Thanks, man. That was
All right,
fun.
Thank you, Brandon.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
It was a good last fight.
Yeah, that thing is pretty dangerous.
Yeah. Rocks
usually
are.
It's dangerous when Fenrith has used up all his spells, for sure.
This has been a Death Watch production. Thank you for listening.